Yo, what's up, team? I hope that you guys are having a sensational Saturday so far, that you've had an awesome week, and that you enjoyed that workout. Here are your stretches for the day. Let's get after it. Catch you tomorrow.
All right, team, let's kick things off today by starting off with our seated straddle pose. So with this, we're going to put those feet out as wide as we can on the floor, and then try and point the toes up to the ceiling as we hinge forward and put our hands on as far forward on the floor in front of us as we comfortably can. We're going to hang out here for 2 minutes, team. Still have a little while longer left to go, guys. Remember, with each exhale we take, we're trying to relax further and further into the stretch. Alright, team, we're going to get out of that seated straddle pose and get into a seated hurdler stretch. So with this, we're going to keep that left leg extended up straight. We're going to pull that right heel in as close to our butt as possible. And then from here, we're going to lean back onto our hands. If we're super flexible, we can drop down onto our elbows. But here, guys, we're looking at stretching out the front of that right quad and getting into our TFL a little bit there. We're going to hang out here for a wee little bit longer, team. And let's just keep hanging out in this pose, guys. We still have a little while longer left to go. All right, team, we're going to swap sides now. So remember, as we come up out of this pose, that we're going to be extending our right leg out straight. And then from here, we're trying to pull that left heel in as close to our butt as possible. And then from here, we're going to lean back onto our hands. If you're super flexible, you might drop down to your shoulders, drop the back down to the ground, but we're looking at stretching out that quad and getting into that TFL here in this position. So we're going to hang out here for 2 minutes now, guys. We still have a little while longer left to go here, guys. Let's just keep hanging out in this position. Alright team, we're going to come out of that seated hurdler and get into our seated forward fold, or our single leg seated forward fold. So we'll bring that left leg in. I'm going to tuck the bottom of that foot alongside our right thigh, and we're going to hinge forward and grab onto our calf or our ankle or our toes and hold out here for 2 minutes, team. Alright guys, we still have a little while longer left to go. Let's just keep relaxing into the stretch. Team, we're gonna swap sides now, so slowly come up out of there, and then we're gonna extend that left leg out straight on the floor, pull that bottom of that right foot in alongside the leg, hinge forward, and either grab onto our calf, our ankle, or our toes. Let's hang out in this position for 2 minutes, team. And let's keep relaxing into this stretch, team. We still have a little while longer left to go. Alright guys, we're going to come out of that seated single leg forward fold and get ourselves into our pigeon pose. So with this today guys, we're going to start off stretching out that left side of our glute. So from here, we're trying to torque that left foot as far forward as we can to get it as close to perpendicular with the body as possible. And then we're trying to drop those hips down towards the floor. From here, we can stay on our hands, drop down to our elbows, or drop down with our arms overhead. You should be feeling that stretch now in the outside of your left glute. So we're going to hang out here for 2 minutes, team. And let's just keep relaxing into the stretch, team. We're nearly there, guys. Alright team, we are going to get out of there and swap sides now. So remember, with this, we're trying to push that foot as far forward as we can so that we load up that hip. And then we're trying to drop our hips down to the floor. We do have that option to come down to our elbows like I'm demonstrating in the video, or reaching our arms out overhead on the ground, or staying on our hands. We're going to hang out here for 2 minutes though, team. We're still holding out here for a little while longer, guys. Let's just keep relaxing into this pose. Team, we're going to come up out of that pigeon pose and get ourselves into our twisted child's pose. So with this, we're going to set up as we normally would for a child's pose, with those arms overhead, pushing the hips back towards our heels, and then we're going to walk the hands off to the right hand side of our body and try and drop the chest down to the floor so that we stretch out the left side of that lats and shoulder a little bit more. We're going to hang out here for 2 minutes, team. still have a little while longer left to go, team. Let's just keep relaxing into this pose. Alright team, we are going to swap sides now, so we'll walk the hands off to the opposite side of the body. Remember, we're still trying to shoot those hips back to our heels, and we're trying to drop that chest down to the floor with each exhale that we take, team. Alright guys, so still have a little while longer left to go. Remember, with each exhale we take, we're trying to drop that chest closer and closer to the floor. That is us for today, team. I hope you guys have a sensational Saturday.